When my mom and I dressed up for a laugh, calling ourselves twins, we had more in common than we knew. I remember thinking how soft her cancer hat was. When my own breast cancer diagnosis would be revealed months later, I felt that if she could do it, so could I. As I began my own journey, I realized she hid a lot of the unpleasantness to protect her family. This was something else we would have in common. I was scheduled for a bilateral mastectomy that would signal the beginning of treatments. Then the start of the COVID-19 pandemic canceled my surgery, with no one able to tell me when it might go ahead. The fear in my home intensified. We were living in limbo at the mercy of a virus that was little understood by the medical community that I was relying on to save my life. A few weeks later, I received a call that I would be having my surgery the next day, the last day before a total surgical shutdown. For 12 years, my husband and I did everything together. But now, at the hardest time in both of our lives, he was continuously turned away. My family was cut off from the support of our friends and family at a time when we needed it most. We had never felt more alone. Less than 24 hours after surgery, I was sent home. I was unable to receive any in-person follow-up care by my medical team. The burden of my care fell to my husband. There wasn't enough room in our house for all of the fear, so I did my best to hide how scared I really was. As I hid in my bedroom, hiding my fear from my family, an acquaintance reached out and said she knew another woman who had the same surgery I did on the same day that I did. Would I want to connect with her? Yes. A text message came in a few hours later and we talked for hours. We shared our fears, compared our recovery pain, and wondered what next steps would be like. We didn't have to hide anything or protect each other from our fear because we really were in it together. From that first exchange, my story became our story. Hand in hand, alone together, we walked our treatment path until we met for the very first time at our plastic surgeon's office a month after our mastectomies. We attended every appointment with our plastic surgeon together. 2 years after the reconstruction process began, our final surgery took place on the same day, and together we started on the path to recovery. We had opportunities to present to several boards about how breast cancer impacts young women and their families. We explained that most of the information we received did not address the unique challenges faced by young women. We began a project to fill in the gaps in information by consolidating helpful resources on a website, which eventually evolved into a not-for-profit organization called My Cancer Breastie. We often say we don't know where we would be without the other, and we believe that no woman should face a breast cancer experience alone. Our story isn't over yet. This is only the beginning.